So, the MrBeast drama just seems to have gotten extremely confusing, as now a new video has been posted by a YouTuber that goes by the name of Soggy Cereal. I've seen this guy before, I've seen his videos before, and he actually does a lot of research when it comes to his videos, so I highly recommend going to check his channel out, and especially going to check this video out that we're going to be talking about in this video itself, as he has now delved his feet, put his toes into the waters of this whole entire MrBeast situation, when he has taken everything that Dogpack has said, or Dawson, and if you don't know who Dogpack is, he is the one who's really escalated the hate against MrBeast, who he came out and he made 3 videos on MrBeast exposing him to be completely fake and making out a whole load of terrible things against MrBeast. And some of these things are really bad allegations, faking his videos, to bad lotteries, to hiring a registered sex offender, and then multiple other situations as well that Soggy Cereal has like exposed Dogpack for actually lying about. That's right, supposedly everything that Dogpack had mentioned in his video, well, not every single little bit, but about what it seems that Soggy Cereal is saying, that about 80 to 90% of everything that Dogpack has accused MrBeast of lying, or, you know, rigging things, or, you know, illegal lotteries, or whatever it may be, that it's all now a lie. And if you want more context on all this, I recommend going to watch Soggy Cereal's video on it. It goes for about an hour and a half, but it's definitely worth watching if you want more context. As this video, I'm kind of briefly going to go over everything and give my opinions on this whole entire situation altogether, and not just like this situation, but also in future controversies as well, as I think that this is going to have a massive impact on what people think of, you know, controversial topics that are brought up against certain creators in the future as well. So, in the video, Soggy Cereal goes over every single thing that Dogpack mentioned in his original videos. That's right, he doesn't skip over anything. He goes through every single thing, even things outside of Dogpack's video, where he did that video with Rosanna Pansino that I talked about as well briefly on my channel. But to skim over everything is what we're going to do now. So we're going to go through everything that, well, at least majority of things. I might have missed a couple, because like I said, there's a lot to get through in Soggy Cereal's video. So here we go. Soggy Cereal mentions that apparently the guy who's named Delaware within the videos of MrBeast, who Dogpack accused MrBeast of hiring at the time, was actually a registered sex offender, to which Dogpack said that supposedly MrBeast actually knew that he was a registered sex offender, and the reason why his name was Delaware was because he was actually a registered sex offender in the state of Delaware, and he wasn't actually allowed to go back to that, which Soggy Cereal has now proven not to be completely true. The parts that it is true is that yes, he is a registered sex offender, but MrBeast didn't actually know about this, as before he worked for MrBeast, he actually did work at Best Buy as a manager. So MrBeast at the time, when he was very young, assumed that if this guy can get a job at Best Buy in a massive conglomerate like Best Buy, that he is definitely not any kind of registered sex offender, which, to be honest, MrBeast should have done maybe a little bit more research, but at the time, he was relatively young, so you really can't hop on him for that too much. But at the same time, I still question this, as why did he always wear a mask in the videos? Like, why did he always wear a mask in the videos? That is the only question that I actually really have about this. Maybe he didn't know about the registered sex offender part when he first got hired into the company, but maybe they did find out about it later on. That is the only questions I actually do have when it comes to all this leaked information that Soggy Cereal has looked into. Soggy Cereal talks about the whole entire war crime allegations, which to me, I think I kind of skimmed over briefly. I can't remember my exact opinions on it, but now looking back on it as well, it was definitely more of just like a joke said, and it wasn't something to take seriously. But obviously, maybe I probably did, and a lot of other people did run with it, that the fact that MrBeast was actually committing some kind of war crime. And as a matter of fact, as yes, it was a bad thing. I mean, Jake Weddle, he did have, you know, he was consenting to everything that was going against him, and he obviously could have left at any time. As much as it is bad, and I still feel sorry for the things that he did go through, calling it a war crime is definitely 100% a bit of a stretch. Now when it comes to some of the fake lotteries, as a matter of fact, Soggy Cereal actually proved that no, a lot of these fake lotteries weren't fake lotteries. As a matter of fact, they were actually real lotteries, and they weren't illegal lotteries in any way possible, as all he had to do was look in the description of these live streams that MrBeast was doing during the time, as a matter of fact, you could actually enter these lotteries for free. There was free entries, and they were actually done done all within legal conglomerates. Like, they weren't illegal in any way possible. The only one that he did count that actually was illegal was the first lottery that MrBeast done that Dogpack did call out. But in terms of the second and the third lottery, Soggy Cereal actually proved in his video that no, as a matter of fact, these weren't illegal. Dogpack then accused of MrBeast of not actually handing someone all their supposed guaranteed lifetime of free dog food. He also accused MrBeast of making Feastables actually not healthier than Hershey's, and then also faking some of the things up within his video, to which Soggy Cereal proved all three of these things were actually wrong, right back to back to back to back. Then in terms of the whole entire CP part, I remember I talked about this in another video as well, with the whole entire Rosanna Pansino part, that was actually proven not to be true in like future times. A day later it came out that, as a matter of fact, the alleged CP that Chris Tyson was sharing on this supposed like work chat group, which turned out not to be a work chat group, turned out to be a separate group chat that was actually made for NSFW stuff. It turned out that it actually wasn't CP. As a matter of fact, it was Ivanka Trump when she was of age. But one thing that we still all came to agreement to, and even Soggy Cereal himself agreed to, is that Chris Tyson is still a complete absolute weirdo. Despite even it not being CP, the fact that they still thought it was at the time and still shared the image is still completely weird. He then claimed that certain things in the different ages video was actually fake, saying that this guy didn't wink in the video. As a matter of fact, he did, and that Soggy Cereal actually pulled up a video of the old man himself within that video of the person that Dogpack said wasn't winking. As a matter of fact, he made his own video saying that yes, he did, and that he was getting backlash for it because saying that he didn't do something when he actually did. Dogpack then also accused MrBeast of supposedly not pulling out these random subscribers, when, a matter of fact, they weren't random subscribers that were somehow linked to MrBeast. Whereas, a matter of fact, Soggy Cereal came out and showed evidence for the fact that this wasn't actually like faked, it was an actual random subscriber, with the guy himself coming out and stating that yes, I was a random subscriber and I did manage to win all this money. He also lied about one of the editors himself. Remember when there was a whole controversy about that editor who won $800,000, and then supposedly he actually lived in a massive mansion? Well, as a matter of fact, that's actually false as well, where Soggy Cereal actually proved that yes, he was living in this mansion, but the mansion actually wasn't his mansion. He was just living there because he actually had nowhere else to live. And one great thing that Dogpack was good at doing is that he was really great at taking clips out of context and editing them to seem actually different from the full clip that they were in the original videos, which if you look back at it now is kind of weird. Soggy Cereal also pulls up audio of from when Dogpack was being fired. That's right, he actually has some leaked evidence of when Dogpack was being fired, the audio clip, because everything obviously whenever they're in certain meetings and stuff like that, everything is always like recorded for legal reasons, and somehow I don't know how, but Soggy Cereal actually managed to get his hands on the clip, the audio of when Dogpack was getting fired. As a matter of fact, you can kind of hear in his voice that Dogpack actually really wanted to stay at the company and he didn't really want to be fired from the company, which will come as like more evidence will come clearer a little bit later.
You're pushing back on everything that we're saying. So what?
Well, because you're trying to fire me and I want to work at this company.
I'm the CEO of this company. If I'm talking, don't interrupt me. And I am telling you this is what's happening, and you're telling me that I'm wrong. I am not wrong. I've made the decision. Here, we will take care of.
I appreciate that. Can I please have a second chance?
It's not.
Just, if I'm getting paid, just let me come in and let me try to be coachable. If Hoodie changes his mind, can I? And I've been trying to get to this point of working on MrBeast for a long time.
I wonder why he's trying to destroy Lokoya's life.
Dogpack also lied supposedly about the whole entire space rocket that was going to be taken a whole load of images to space by MrBeast on a hard drive, but supposedly it exploded, to which Dogpack said it did. But as a matter of fact, that was actually just a test rocket and wasn't really the rocket itself that actually took up that hard drive full of photos. And then it was the whole entire 100 boys versus 100 girls situation, where supposedly Dogpack said that all these people weren't actually random. As a matter of fact, some of them were involved in the MrBeast crew, which Soggy Cereal actually debunked, because apparently, yes, it originally was supposed to be 100 boys versus 100 girls, but the reason why some of the crew members, including MrBeast's girlfriend, was actually put into this situation to be in the 100 boys versus 100 girls video was actually because of safety reasons. It was during the peak of COVID, and a lot of the people who actually were meant to participate in the first place actually got COVID, so they had to fill in with some of the people that were actually involved with MrBeast, which, to be honest, honest, that is absolutely fair enough. If COVID was involved, especially during the peak of COVID, when everyone was just like, you know, obviously scarce about COVID and didn't know much about it now, to the point where now we don't really care about it. Back then, they obviously had to take a lot more precautions than we do now, so they had to be subbed out for people that were actually involved with the MrBeast crew. Another safety thing that Dogpack did skim over and tried to accuse MrBeast of faking was the whole entire being on the raft situation, where apparently MrBeast wasn't on a raft for the whole entire time, despite him saying that he was going to be on a raft for this entire 7 days, and showed clips of them not actually being on it. But the only reason that they weren't on it at that point in time was because of weather conditions. So for safety reasons, they had to get off the raft and stay on this dinky little boat, to which Dogpack said it was a luxury yacht, but as a matter of fact, it was a dinky little boat for safety reasons. Then there was another situation of Dogpack saying that supposedly they faked the whole entire video and that video never happened. Was that there was meant to be where all these random people who entered this competition for MrBeast were going to be involved. 24 people were going to try and win $1 million, to the point where the video actually never happened. We all questioned the reason why. Why did this video not happen? This actually seems really bad. You enter a competition, MrBeast says that you can win $1 million, and then all of a sudden the video never happens. Well, it proves out that that video was actually going to happen, but the reason why it never went through is because of COVID. Because peak COVID, everyone started to get COVID during that time, so they actually had to cancel it. But MrBeast actually split that $1 million across all 24 people, so they didn't actually pocket that money. They actually just gave it to the people who were meant to contest in that 24 people to win $1 million competition. Also, near the end of the video, Soggy Cereal actually talks to multiple people that work directly with Dawson or Dogpack, and they exposed and they talked about their own personal relationship with him, and talked about actually how he was actually really difficult to work with at the time, and that he actually made the workplace at times somewhat a little bit uncomfortable. But the one thing that Soggy Cereal does criticize MrBeast of doing, not only did he accuse him, like earlier I said, when it came to the first lottery actually possibly being an illegal lottery, but he did accuse MrBeast and he did criticize MrBeast when it comes to different aspects. One of the aspects that he did criticize MrBeast on, which is something that CoffeeZilla himself is actually looking into, which is MrBeast doing supposedly a crypto scam. So that right there is a lot of the things that Soggy Cereal talked in his video. I know it's a lot of information to get into a short period of time, which is why I definitely recommend going to watch the original video, but this is me summarizing majority of it up and talking about it briefly. And I just want to say that I want to give a round of applause to Soggy Cereal. Like, this guy did his research, and I love him for it. Like, I don't think I've subbed to him yet, but I'm definitely 100% going to sub to his channel right after this. His video is going to be linked at the top of this description. Hopefully, I'll remember to do that because I always forget at first. The reason why I want to talk about this, and the reason why it's been a few days, is one, this video was very, very long, so it's really hard to get my, like, right mind about it and, like, get all this information down about it. Because, like I said, it is a long video, and it's a lot to get into. But to really look back on it, the reason why I wanted to actually make a video on it, even a few days later, is because to me, this is going to bring up questions to when it comes to YouTube controversy in the future. Now, the one thing that we would all love for it to happen is that whenever a video like Dogpack's come out, is that it's true. And not because we want it to be true for the fact that we want MrBeast to fail. And there's a lot of people who do. Now, before this whole Dogpack situation, this whole MrBeast things came out, I would defend MrBeast over, like, whenever people would call him out for making these whole videos where he's doing philanthropy, and then supposedly, you know, a lot of people would, like, crap on him for doing it, saying he's only doing it for views and money or whatever it may be. And I would defend MrBeast all the time. All the time I would defend MrBeast over that. Then obviously after this, my point has changed a little bit because of these things. And when it comes to Dogpack's video, I want it to be true because I wouldn't want someone to lie about MrBeast. No way. Like why would you want someone to lie about him? Even if you hate him, to you, it's just going to be something that's going to come back around. Eventually people are going to find out the truth. Eventually someone is going to find out the fact that you lied about the things that you were saying about MrBeast. Like, there's no point in doing that video in the first place if it's all a lie. And you could definitely tell now from what Soggy Cereal is proving to be, majority of this, like I said, 90% of it, of what Dogpack talked about in his original videos, is a matter of fact a complete lie. And it's obvious that Dogpack was just angry. He's mad and he's just a disgruntled employee. Back to that audio clip of him getting fired, saying that he wants to stay at MrBeast, saying that he really worked hard to try and get that job at MrBeast, and then he got let off after, like, what was it, like 1 or 2 months of working there. It's rightfully so to be annoyed. I've gotten let go from a job and I was annoyed. I'm still annoyed to this day. But I wouldn't go ahead and make a whole entire video talking about lies, trying to expose the company for lies, trying to expose MrBeast with a whole load of lies. You're just going to make yourself look bad. You're just going to make the whole entire internet look bad. You're making someone like me look bad, who does commentary, who reacts to content and talks about content and hopes that someone like you isn't going ahead and lying about it. And now we have to retract all the stuff that we've heard about MrBeast, and now we have to question every single little thing. And yes, it's good to question things. It's absolutely great, but we shouldn't have to question things to this certain extent where every single thing that you are saying in your original video is a complete lie. And this to me might have a ripple effect when it comes to people being exposed in the future, when it comes to certain creators being exposed in the future, because there is possibly some bad things about MrBeast. Who knows? There possibly is. I mean, let's be honest here. If you're going to grow a conglomerate and a massive company like MrBeast is, you got to be honest. There's no way that you're innocent in every way possible. He's definitely had to have done something like bad along the ways, without a doubt. If you're that rich, you're that wealthy, there's definitely some corners that you've cut or something that you've done along the way that has got to be a little bit shady. Every single rich person has done that. But the level that Dogpack was trying to expose MrBeast on is like he was the next coming of goddamn Satan. But now the fact that this is all a lie, we have to question every single bad thing that we've heard about MrBeast. We don't know what's truth or what's a lie. And I feel like this is also going to happen with the future, with people getting exposed. There might be a new controversy that will come out about some YouTuber, who knows who it is, and it might be true. Like, imagine it's true, and there's this person who makes a video saying that, hey, this YouTuber is bad because of X, Y, and Z. Because of this Dogpack video, everyone's going to be like, well, we've heard this before about a previous YouTuber, and then it all came out to be fake. We can't go off just the rip and just say that it's true. I'm not going to believe you. To me, that's what's going to happen. And you shouldn't have to do that. It's just going to be a whole bunch of people who are just going to say, oh, that person's crying wolf. Where we shouldn't have to. If someone's coming out and saying all this stuff, we should believe them. But now, we're not going to, because Dogpack has hurt the credibility of so many people that are going to come out and are actual victims in the future. And that, to me, is the biggest part of all this situation. To me, that's the biggest thing, is that we are now going to have to question every single little thing that we hear about MrBeast coming out in the future, and possibly about future controversies involving YouTubers as well. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. This situation is crazy. This whole time MrBeast situation has just gotten confusing in my brain. It's really hard now to believe what is true and what isn't true. If you still believe Dogpack and you think that Soggy Cereal's lying, you know what? That's absolutely fine. I think you have the right to have your own opinion. If you fully back Soggy Cereal, that's absolutely fine. Me, I'm kind of like, you know what? Soggy Cereal's definitely pulling out a lot of information, and he's definitely proving Dogpack to be wrong in majority of these like allegations that Dogpack had out against MrBeast. But at the same time, I'm just questioning everything now. I'm questioning everything. I'm going to sit on the fence for a little bit, and I'm just going to wait for everything to play out. Maybe MrBeast might sue Dogpack for some kind of defamation, because with the amount of lies that Dogpack has supposedly talked about MrBeast, if these are a matter of fact lies, there is a defamation case that MrBeast has without a doubt. But that's going to be it from me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.